beautiful people. My name's Precious. And of course, you're welcome back to my channel, Beyond the Blows, where we'll talk about everything affecting our present reality. Okay, so when you do see this vlog, do like, share, and subscribe. So, the title of today's conversation is self-care really self-serving? A lot of people try to make it seem like, when people make a choice for self-care, they make a choice for selfishness, or they make a choice for being self-serving, only concerned for themselves, what they care about, what they like, what their interests, basically just, being all about themselves. But is that really what self-care is? Is that really what people will choose self-care, make a choice for? No. First things first, when you say talk about self-serving or a person being self-serving, it just shows a heightened interest for self and not for anyone or anything else. I personally think being self-serving is extremely selfish, way worse than selfish actually. So if you say self-care is a choice for being self-serving, how true is it? Because self-care is about caring for the self. Most times is about going into a cocoon stage, healing from whatever a person decides to heal from, or just taking a break from the world, from the external, and just doing your own thing, that whatever you feel like, or whatever you choose. Now, for you to say, or for people to believe self-care is self-serving, that means you truly do not understand what self-care is about. And if that's the case, I'm not going to go into that in this vlog. You should try to read up on it. I think you can find your answers in Google. There are a whole lot of articles, and on other apps that you could go to Instagram, you could go to Twitter, and you could get a lot of information about self-care. Now, when you talk about being self-serving, it is totally different. When you see an individual who is self-serving, you can just point it out that, okay, I think you're self-serving. You're only concerned about your interests. Do not make it about self-care. When you begin to intertwine a healthy way for a person to get back themselves, or just focus on themselves or their interests, and you begin to align it with something that is extremely selfish or frowned on, you are trying to mix the good with the bad in a very loop-sided way, which if that is actually what the person or persons are not doing, will be taken in a very offensive manner. So is self-care self-serving? No. There are individuals who are self-serving, and there are individuals who are actually concerned about self-care. So until you can make the difference, or until you can actually differentiate what self-care and being self-serving is, you don't project that onto people just because they are in their cocoon stage. Because self-care and being self-serving is entirely different. Okay, so most times I have personally come to understand that people really do, sometimes I feel it's purposeful, because it just does not make sense that people do not understand it up till this moment. I believe it's purposeful sometimes when some words are misconstrued I believe it's purposeful when some words are misunderstood, when they are so it is so popular for them to be misunderstood. So yes, back to the conversation. Self-care is not self-serving. Now, are there individuals who are self-serving and then they make it seem like, okay, they're practicing self-care? Yeah, perhaps. But is self-care self-serving? No. Do you need to understand what self-care and being self-serving is so you do not position or proportion that onto others? Absolutely yes. Because until you can understand the differences between these two words, you cannot and you should not align them together and project them onto an individual who is probably not doing that certain thing, because it could be taken offensively, especially if the person is just practicing self-care because they are going through a healing stage, or they are just, trying to separate themselves a bit. That is going to be taken offensively. Do not do that. Before you project whatever onto anybody, give your mind a break. Give yourself some time to learn about it. Okay? Understand it. All right? So you don't go shooting shots that, could end up shooting you in the foot. All right? All right. So this is the end of the vlog. Do have an amazing week. Bye, people. And of course, share as always.